Oh no, sorry, I left my notes up, guys. Let me do. Uh, oh dear, that's going to be awkward. I hope nobody saw that. Hey everybody, welcome back.
Hello.
Dr. Nick.
Hope nobody saw my notes. Accidentally flashed them on stream for a second.
Nope.
Cool. Hey, hope everyone is having a good day. Let's get right back into it with a bit of the old Dungeons and Dragons, with the Odyssey of the Dragonlords. So where last we left off, you guys had just rescued the Oracle, Versi, from a horrible hag, and had heard a prophecy from her, seemingly stating that you guys had to fulfill some epic tasks or some what are they called? There's an actual word for it. Some great labours. There were a few ID'd for you guys, thanks to Kyra and the other person there, Proteus. That's right. And so you decide, you swore an oath of fellowship that none of you would be above the others. You'd all be equal, and uphold that, swear upon your life and your honour to uphold that oath. Then the next destination, as all of you had small pieces of information relevant specifically to you passed across. The next destination was determined as Astoria, given that almost every single one of your quests wanted you to go there next for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Toot toot. But yeah, feeling stronger and also chosen, you set out towards the city of Astoria. From the Temple of the Oracle itself, it was only about a day. It's only about a day's walk. And as you start making your way there, you notice that the land is somewhat dry and a little bit barren the closer you're getting to the city. It seems as if it hasn't rained here for a while, and quite a few people on the road on the way there, because there's merchants on this road as well, seem a bit unsettled and uncomfortable. So after about, have that rest. Then after about a day of travel, or not even a full day, you make your way towards the outskirts of the city. And from, you're approaching it from the south, and you can see that it's nestled between cliffs of a rocky gorge, where the north wall of the town is part of a stone fortress that protects the town from any dangers that might come down from the steeps there. Houses, taverns, and shops of all kinds sprawl down from the fortress, filling much of the gorge itself. And the northern wall is defended by a legion of soldiers. You can even see from here, from sort of behind it, there's a lot of people milling around those walls. At the southern gate that you guys are headed towards, a steady stream of travellers and merchant caravans are passing through. And the road that runs south from the gate is lined with tile-roofed inns, so there seems to be plenty of places for weary travellers to stay and rest their head here. As I believe I'll show you over to the map itself. So there's, down the bottom of that map is also a nice little side-on view of the city. Oh god. What are you doing to me? Roll 20. There we go. God, it's really spazzing out when I try and move it on the stream. Great apologies anyone who's watching that. There you go. That'll do. That'll have to do. Oh, it's not even centered. Great. Where are we? But as you guys enter towards the gates, you encounter a caravan of merchants also headed towards Astoria. With them, the first domesticated animals you've seen in some time. There's a herd of bony oxen lumbering along the dusty road. They seem tired, but they greet you wearily. What brings you to the city?
Many things. We have a lot that we need to look at here. What about you?
We bring sacrifices.
For who?
For Sidon. The Order of Sidon has been demanding daily sacrifices. And he gestures back at the not great looking ox. This is what we bring.
Billy will step forward. Why do you pledge to Sidon?
Well, otherwise, rain is scarce, and otherwise it stops coming. We have no food. He and his demand sacrifice. Nothing else we can do.
It's pretty scarce as it is, though. Like, if you're sacrificing stuff, why is it still dry?
You don't want to see it when he's angry.
It gets worse than this?
Oh, it gets much worse than this.
Has the city of Astoria always worshipped Sidon?
Oh no, we don't really worship him. I mean, people worship individuals.
Made offerings.
Not always, but the last few years he's been getting antsy. And, we're running out of livestock we can sacrifice. There's a
What are
drought.
you going to do when you run out?
We don't know.
That's an issue.
It is, and we...
Would the blessing of the god outweigh the wrath of a titan?
I mean, I don't know if there's much that they can do. Sidon controls the reins. And I mean, the king is strong, but he cannot take arms against Sidon.
Let us go speak with the king, and we'll see if we can help alleviate the trouble with Astoria.
I mean, good luck.
Where would we find the king
Yeah,
of Astoria?
he'll be in his castle. For sure.
And where's the dirty rascal?
What?
King of the castle, you're a dirty rascal?
Sorry, I've not heard speak like that before.
It's because I'm a poet, and Billy will flex.
Muscliest poet I've ever seen. Well, you'll find him. It's pretty easy to find. It's one of the big buildings in there. It's the one that's got all the guards out in front of saying, "Can't go in there." That's where the king lives.
Thanks.
No worries. I mean,
Keep an eye out for that one.
we're not headed too far away from it ourselves. We need to deliver our tributes, and then try and make some money while we're here before heading home.
And where are the oxen sacrificed? Where is the tribute? altar?
I don't know where they're sacrificed. I know where we need to take them.
Where's that?
We need to take them to. So just make sure I get it right. To the castle, to Pythor.
Pythor is making the arrangements for the sacrifice.
Well, Order of Sidon is. He has to, unfortunately, bow to them. They are strong, and Pythor cannot take arms against Titans. And at this point,
Well, we might.
No, go
Sorry,
ahead.
go.
No, you go. You go.
I was just gonna say, well, we might follow you there then.
And as you continue heading into, to the entrance, you make it through the gates. They're lightly guarded, seeming to allow a lot of traffic transit through. And the streets are growing more and more crowded as you enter the city proper. Travelers, citizens mingle. You hear exchange of goods and gossip. Guards lying the streets, though they are concentrated by the gates. And despite their attempts to present a stoic facade, you sense that they're restless about something. As you,
Are the guards wearing the colours of Sidon?
no, they're sort of wearing just more of a neutral one. But as you guys are entering through here, a small detachment of hoplites moves towards you from the north. One man bearing an officer's insignia steps forward from his fellows and hails you guys. And he goes, excuse me, you lot. The, interesting looking bunch.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Would you happen to be, the Oracle's Chosen?
Who is asking?
Well, one of the captains of the guards, and as requested by King himself.
We have recently found out that we may be the agents of the Oracle.
Well, that'll be very helpful if that's true, because King Pythor himself is. Yes, he wants to see you. He's got something for you.
How convenient. We came here for the king himself.
Well, I mean, I've often found in these tales, stories, that important people find each other. And he sent us
Convenient.
here to look for some matching your description. And I mean, look, you do stand out a fair bit. You know, as most of the crowd is predominantly humans.
So are we.
No.
Oh, no.
No.
I
No.
forgot about.
You have
one of the party.
You mean three?
Three.
You
yeah.
have a Leonin, a Medusa, and a Nymph.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you guys stand out a little bit, to say the least.
Mate, I'm used to being a turtle. I blend right in.
Yeah. He's like, if you could, please follow us. Follow us up. We'll be able to present you to the king himself. He starts leading the way through up to. You guys don't. The Discord has the numbered one. Number 10. So as I bounce around between 7,000 tabs, up to here. Oh God, no! I don't want to draw. Up to here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll lead you up through the city.
I've been muted for like 10 minutes.
You have been muted since the start,
Oh.
correct?
Just thought you were being really quiet.
Closer to 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's muted. I
hadn't contributed much, but then I asked a question. I was just ignored. I was like, wait, hang on.
What was your question?
Are we going through like a market area on the way there?
I was about to describe what you go through on the way there, because there is a market area. As you can see, number 5 on your map is a market area. It is it's known as the Agora. Astoria's well-trodden streets, all of them converge at this bustling central agora. A motley assortment of stalls litter the area, from canopies of fine silk to stacks of rotted wooden crates. Merchants at the stalls eagerly vie for your attention with a wide variety of quality wares, all of which seem very reasonably priced. But as sort of the merchants come to you and like try and start spruiking at you, the guards sort of push them back a bit and go, no, they have an appointment. So they do drag you.
Are there guards in front and behind us, or just in front?
Just in front, so you're following them.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can sidle past a food stall and like steal a piece of fruit or something.
Make a sleight of hand check. First roll of the night.
9.
You do manage to grab a piece of fruit, and one of the shop owner turns. And he just sort of he notices you and who you're with and turns away.
Oh.
All right. So you're taken up through the city more. You enter and you come to the outskirts of the palace, and this once great Astorian palace looms high over the city. Large windows let in copious amounts of sunlight, which fails to chase away the gloom that has settled in the palace. As you are sort of walked through the entrance through the halls, you notice evidence of the court's past glory in the form of precious artifacts dating back to the First War. And along the side of these halls, extravagant tapestries show tales of Astoria's history and King Pythor's grand adventures. Though more recent events, nowhere to be seen. And
When you say more recent,
how recent?
Yeah.
Nothing more sort of in the last 50, 100 years sort of thing.
Okay.
Oh, wait, did you mean there aren't recent events, or
There-
Pythor's not in the
There
recent
are
events?
no recent events.
Okay.
Are there any recent events to make tapestries of?
There probably were. If Pythor was part of them, they don't seem to have seen fit to create them, or make a history check.
Sure, they could make one of Muscles over there.
There hasn't really been in the last. He's been king for a while, and the last 50 years have been almost a bit of a downfall of such. The people still love him, but he hasn't had to do much. And as you guys are presented, so the guards take you to a grand door, and in front, and they open the door and go, and they knock, and they King Pythor, we have brought the oracles chosen. And you hear from inside, get back here, let them in. And the guard hurriedly just sort of pushes the door open and goes, you heard him, and you get...
Is that a different language?
No. It's not a different language.
Oh, the first few things you said just sounded like not English.
But so he pushes the door open. He does not go through the door, and he just goes, go on in, you go.
Start to walk slowly through.
Yep, you walk through. And inside, you see a large man, about 7 foot tall, quite well muscled. And with your keen eye, Billy, you can definitely tell that it's legitimate. Like, he can use that stuff.
Excuse me?
As in more, there's a difference between show muscles and actual muscles, and he's got actual muscles. And it looks like, however, it looks like he's trying to fight a statue with his spear, as he's just, come back here, I will slay you all. Clang.
You feeling alright?
You're not best me. Make a perception check, Medea. He doesn't seem to be fully about his senses, and you actually get a strong smell of wine as soon as you enter the room.
Oh, he's drunk.
And saying, you've snuck up behind me. Well, you must be the oracle's chosen, yes. And he tosses his spear away and walks towards his throne and sits heavily in it. And he just holds his head in his hands. Let me tell you of my woes. And he takes a deep breath to start speaking. Kyra sidles past, just sort of shoving her way past you guys. And before he can continue, she brashly interrupts him. Whatever your woes may be, drowning yourself in wine will not solve them, she scolds him. You have a duty to serve your people in these dark times. The wallowing does no one any good. And the king hangs his head at her harsh words. Oh, that may be true, but what can be done? The oath of peace binds my hands, and now the Titans conspire to steal away my precious daughter, Honora. But perhaps your heroes can aid me. Several weeks ago, the Order of Sidon sent a detachment of warriors with demands from the Lord of the Storms himself. They demanded that my daughter should be chained to the Rock of Estor amid the rushing waters of the Archelon River and left overnight as an offering to Sidon.
And has this been done?
No, they gave me to the next full moon, which is not long now. I cannot do it. I cannot bring myself to sacrifice my daughter.
How can Sidon do this to you with your binding oath?
The oath of peace prevents me from doing anything.
But how can he take this action against you with no...
He has not taken an action. He has demanded a sacrifice, and his order are enforcing it. He has not done anything. He has found...
So, as long as you don't directly raise your hand, the treaty remains binding?
There are some challenges to it. He was always cunning, Sidon. And I would trust him in the last 5 centuries to have found a way to weasel his way around it for sure.
Wait, so the Order of Sidon come in here to you, the king, with demands, and you just are gonna do them?
Well, if it was that simple, no, but Sidon is powerful. They have gathered a tribe, or all of the tribes of centaurs, and if we do not do this, they will raze the city to the ground. He's already starved us with this drought, and he always makes good on his threats. If we do not make the sacrifice, it would mean the death of thousands, but I cannot bring myself to do it.
Threatening to raise a city sure sounds like a broken oath to me, but you know.
Oh, he will not raise the city.
But his followers will. That's basically the same thing.
Apparently, it is different enough for it to be allowed.
That sounds stupid. Did
So
you
if
read the
we-
contract before signing it?
So if we were to assist in rescuing your daughter who is in trouble, how would this work with the oath?
Well, surely the city would be on your debt.
We do not plan to harm
Well,
Sidon.
you are not one of those who swore the oath. You are free to do as you wish.
I'll do it overly exaggerated wink.
I mean, if you think you can kill Sidon,
Do we need to kill Sidon, or do we just need to remove his influence from
I
the
mean,
city of Astoria?
I would be shocked if you could kill Sidon.
We'll get to that. Chapter 2.
I mean, I cannot take up arms against the Titans until this oath is over.
And that is on the 200th year?
500th. 500.
Alright, didn't read the contract.
I'm much older than that.
Because we know that day is approaching.
It is. It will be here soon, and that's why he's gotten cockier.
Brazen.
Yes.
Sounds like he's jumping the gun a bit.
He's not.
Only a little bit.
So what do you want from us?
I need you to find some way to save my daughter and the city.
Could we just use one of those ox and like dress her up to look like no?
How dare you say such things about my beautiful daughter?
Demetrius definitely have to turn away to chuckle.
Insulted the king's daughter, ox-like, you hear Kyra muttering.
I didn't say that.
Maybe that's a compliment in her culture. Oxes are very strong.
Mm-hmm.
Some ways my daughter is similar. She is strong and stubborn. She is willing to be sacrificed, but no! I cannot let her. I cannot give her up. She is my last daughter.
Oh, okay.
Wait, didn't we just make your daughter?
Wait, well then what happened to the other ones?
She's my last one, my youngest.
No.
She's the only child by my last mortal wife.
Did you sacrifice the other children?
No,
I'm sorry, what?
Her mother was carried away by the evil dragon Hexia. That foul beast has tormented me, forever stealing my wives.
And your
It's
daughters?
so. What?
Or is something else going on here?
It's Bowser.
Oh my god, it
I'm just
is.
worried that your daughters are going missing, but the dragons are taking your wives. That I know, like whole bloodlines and everything,
Man.
but
Your life sucks.
This is not great at the moment, and he takes a big gulp of wine. It's not getting better anytime soon.
I think that's
Oh,
your.
now that
Keep
you are
drinking
here,
that, it ain't gonna get better.
now that you are here,
So what would our options be? We change the sacrifice for something else.
Sidon will not accept just anything.
Yeah. I feel like he won't go for that.
We've
Unless
gathered
it's something of equal value.
We have gathered 50 oxen, but the Order will want a human as well. I cannot choose anyone to sacrifice.
Lucky did.
What else could we offer them if not a sacrifice?
Well, the threat he has laid upon us is the centaurs will raise us. They will raze our city to the ground.
Can horses walk downstairs? Or is that just cows?
These centaur are very capable, I assure you.
That's cows.
Just thinking we could like just go set up stairs at all the entrances.
No, these centaur are very capable. Up and downstairs, to both. In fact, I've even seen
had
some climb ladders.
These centaurs.
They are not,
We had a running with a herd?
I believe, a tribe or a herd. Depends if they're within earshot or not.
But yes, the centaurs did seem quite aggressive.
Yes, and they have been gathering, preparing for war. I fear if we do not appease Sidon, they will destroy us.
Now, why is it that the centaurs have sided with Sidon?
He is their father. He's the father of all the centaurs.
How?
Like, directly?
I do not
Once
ponder
again,
these.
Don't ask that.
I have lived a long
How
time,
did he give birth?
and I have not wished to ponder this.
Does that mean all of the centaurs are siblings?
That's a
Does
lot.
that mean
That's
all the centaur children are their
A what?
own uncles
A what,
and
Billy?
aunties?
Sweet
Nieces and
home
nephews?
Alabama.
They didn't used to have 4 legs and tails, I'll tell you that.
Is this Tasmania?
No, it's Alabama now.
On hearing the news of the centaurs, I just look worriedly over at
At what? At what?
you haven't
At
changed
your own
your
reflection?
name on that. Oh, at Aaron.
Mackenzie?
Yep.
He's changed.
The names on the thing aren't
Where?
accurate.
Oh, on Roll20. Everywhere else it is.
And that's what I had up.
And you're the one who hasn't changed the name either.
Yeah, I know.
Is there another tasks that we could complete for Sidon that would appease?
You would need to ask the Order of Sidon themselves. They may have something else, but I do not know. I think they wish to make a powerful strike against me here.
Your daughter's okay with being sacrificed, though.
She is strong and brave.
Where is she?
Because she will willingly perform this role. She's been locked in the dungeons.
Could we talk to her?
It is Bowser.
No,
Why?
no, because she will convince you to let her go.
Why would she want to be let go if she's willing to be sacrificed? Surely we want to avoid the sacrifice, which would give Sidon more power.
I mean, yeah. Where does this go from here? If step 1 is get the king to sacrifice his own daughter,
What will he ask of you next?
Well,
When
Yeah.
will his demands ease? While the city of Astoria seems to be growing weaker, even though it's meant to be under the protection or under Sidon.
I'll
Yet I
say
do not see your lands flourishing. Your people do not seem to be thriving in this city.
Not to mention, if you give in to his requests, he'll most likely want more and more and more, to the point where eventually you won't be able to give him what he wants.
You need to have more daughters.
and we all know she's your last one right now.
I don't think she's your last daughter.
I have many out
Yeah.
there. I have many children out there, but
I think Dale may be onto something here.
he did specify. They did specify they wanted an aura.
Why?
I do not know.
I feel like that's important.
Perhaps because she is my youngest. She was the only child by my last wife. I loved her dearly until she was taken.
Who was your last wife?
Medina.
Okay.
Was she your last lover?
Yes,
She got taken away by the dragon?
by the dragon, yes.
Did every wife you had get taken away by the dragon?
All the mortal ones, yes.
Do you know where the dragon is?
Far away to the Forgotten Sea.
Is it only the one dragon?
Yes. The foul creature Hexia.
So there is no more dragons in the land? Or you just know it is this particular dragon?
No, I know it. I know this one
Why?
well.
How?
I mean, it's the same dragon that's stolen many of my wives. We have fought several times. And it always gets the best of me.
Why, did you have like some kind of disagreement or what happened?
It's neither here nor there, and we should be focusing on the problem at hand!
This is also a problem.
I've not seen that beast in many years, but this sacrifice must be made in 2 days! We must have a solution by then!
Can we talk to your daughter,
No.
please?
No, she will convince you to let her
Pretty
out.
please? Pretty please with sugar on top.
Make a persuasion check.
Can we say that we're willing to be accompanied by one of you guys?
No. No one must speak to her. Now, you must find a solution to my problem if you really are the chosen ones. I will give you 50 oxen to help you solve this.
How's that gonna help?
Barbecue?
50 oxen can be exchanged for goods and services. 50 oxen are worth 100 gold each.
Should have just said that.
Now you must find a solution to my problem. You have 2 days.
Do you have a token you could give us to show that we're working on your orders in the city of Astoria? Something so that everybody knows that if we make a request, that it's on your behalf.
All the guards know who you are. They will be able to vouch for you. You'll have no problem proving your identities here.
Well, 2 days is not much time, so we best get started.
Precisely.
Okay. We go talk to the Order of Sardin then?
They will find you. I believe they will be waiting right outside. They have not been far from me ever since they gave me this burden. That Pythor bids you leave. Leave me now. He starts drinking deeply.
Very quiet.
Yeah, I'm about to boop. Back comes the music. So you guys gonna leave him to wallow his sadness?
Yeah, he's not much help.
No.
He's distraught. As you guys leave, you find, you see 8 heavily armored men walking up the hallway towards you. And one very heavily armored man seems to be leading the way. And they're all armored in colours representing Sidon. And he comes up to you and goes, "Well, You must be the chosen. I
It was
Sure,
being told.
why not?
am Gaius. I am a representative of the Order of Sidon. I hear the king has tasked you with solving his problem. Well, you know what we want. Nora must be sacrificed, or this place will burn.
Why a Nora?
Because that is what our god has commanded.
Are you just gonna follow that? That sounds like a pretty extreme request.
Oh, we follow his word. He is our god. He is all powerful.
Does it seem like he is full of shit?
Make an insight check.
Like, is this what he believes is actually from Sidon, or just the Order taking advantage of?
He seems pretty
6?
sure of himself. As far as you can read him, he is pretty sure of himself.
Alright.
Yes, if the princess is not sacrificed by the full moon in 2 days' time, this place will burn. This place will be no longer.
So you'll break the oath
you
in
not-
2 days' time.
Oh, we will do no such thing.
But if the sacrifice is the will of your god, then the consequence is also the will of your god, thereby breaking the oath.
He will not raise arms, and that is the wording of the oath. He will not raise arms against the five.
Word of the oath is bullshit.
The oath is binding. It has led there be 500 years of peace.
Would Sidon accept any other sacrifice?
Of course not.
I feel like you have to be flexible with these things, you know?
Why? Why should we be flexible?
Because that's someone's daughter. And you just, why, though?
It's not up to us to question the will of our Lord.
Alright. I don't think we're getting anywhere here.
No, these lunatics don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Let's get out of here.
Mhm.
I go to walk past them.
They let you walk past. They part and they no stress. So you go. We will be seeing you in 2 days' time then, shall we?
In some form, probably.
Very well, you are free in the city. Astoria. So what would you like to do? A guard does come up to you and go, we've got the 50 oxen. The king has decreed to be yours, at least for the sacrifice. If you need them, just come talk to us and we'll, give them to you. But yeah, you guys are now free in the city to do what you wish.
Do you think the centaur could be bribed?
I don't know. Do we know
If
that kind of stuff?
if Sidon has been making it a drought,
Mm.
like the centaur, they would be very survivable, but it's not going to be comfortable for them.
No.
What if we traded them the food supply of 50 oxen?
To not attack the city?
to not attack the city?
I don't know if it would work.
I don't know either. I've only met one small band of centaur.
I don't know if they're into negotiating. But I haven't got
They
any
would at least be
other
required
ideas.
to hear us out.
Hmm. Where would we go if we wanted to talk to them?
Can we
That
turn
is
to
a
one
good
of
question.
the guards?
Yeah. The centaurs have been gathering along the other side of the Archelon. They're not far. They've been gathering in the steeps down there, and it would be down the bottom part of your map, basically. I can take you to them if you want. They are not, not overtly hostile. You can pass by them. They won't attack you.
I suppose it's worth a shot.
I mean, at the very least, we would understand how serious about this the centaur are. Even
Yeah.
if the Order of Sidon is a bunch of crazy zealots.
What does everyone else think?
But shot.
It's better than, default solution of just sacrificing his daughter.
I think at some point we should try and figure out a way if we can get in contact with her as well.
Just before we do this, world knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know if centaur are vegetarian, for example?
Centaur are not vegetarian.
They would happily eat some oxen.
They would most likely eat meat as well as they would be probably omnivores.
Based on the anatomy of oxen, will they just be eaten?
The oxen are not looking like there's a lot of meat on them, to be fair. Most of the oxen, if you want like a tour of the oxes he has, a bit of a stockyard. They look like they've come to almost the end of the amount of oxen that there are in the area, and these are not prime specimens.
Would a centaur use them for anything else other than food?
Make a nature or history check. Centaurs would probably almost look down on them with disgust at anything other than food. They are inferior beasts.
Yeah. They might not be as valuable then if they're not being able to be used as food.
I mean, they could still be eaten, they just won't be
The best.
We also don't know
The
if
best.
food is an actual motivator. For all we know, Sidon could have an oasis that he has for the centaurs if they're doing his bidding. They may have an alternate arrangement that they have all the food they need.
It's also a possibility.
Maybe if we go and speak with the centaurs, we can find out the true motivation.
We should take a gift if we do.
Yes.
Which could just be 2 oxen. even if they're not the greatest, to call off an entire attack.
At least it's something. It is a gift of some sort.
So we've been eating 2 oxen?
Yes.
And he rushes off and comes back a couple of minutes later with 2 quite thin, weedy-looking oxen. He's like, here, would you like us to escort you down to the where the centaurs are waiting?
Are these the plumpest 2?
There's not really many that are plump. I can go see if we've got any plumper ones, but I think it's slim pickings back there.
Yes, get the best 2, even if they're not that great.
He wanders back and comes back about 10 minutes later. They're not great. They're slightly better than what was there. There's a little bit of meat on the bones, but still not spectacular. Like this is the best we've got. It's a pretty sorry state back there, and it stinks like you don't want to know.
No, it's not that bad. All right. Do we have any other ideas of what we could do?
I think a gift is a very good idea. No,
Oh
it's
yeah,
yours.
I'm talking about. Do we have any other ideas aside from talking to the centaur?
All right.
Can I ask one of the guards if the centaurs seem to be acting on their own commands given to them by Sidon, or if there seems to be like a messenger between the
Middleman.
hoplites and the centaurs?
I
Like,
mean,
do they see any of the Order of Sidon?
yeah, the Order of Sidon go and converse with them openly. They don't hide it. I can't tell you what they talk about. I just know that they interact.
Centaurs speak a different language. Would I know that?
They speak common, as you have
Okay.
met some speaking. I think they only speak common. They probably speak something else as well. Let me have a look.
I have the thing open.
They speak Sylvan as well.
Okay, cool. Would any of us know like the rules of Centaur society?
All those native to Thylia make a history check.
What now?
All those native to Thylia make a history check.
Wait, am I native?
Humans,
I am.
humans, how it can be, yes. So, basically, I think that's everyone except Billy, pretty much. All those from here.
Oh,
Nice.
I'm liking the
Wow.
rolls. It's like we know all about the centaurs.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah,
The
we get
dice.
some good rolls out
Did
now,
you just
don't worry
roll
about it.
3 19s and an 18? Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's the best little sequence of rolls we've had in a while. You would know about centaur culture, because all the races here have strong culture that drives them. Centaurs are very interested and open in rituals. They're very proud. Their pride is their life. They're generally distrustful of civilized races, as they were killed by thousands of centaurs were slain by the invading Dragonlords many hundreds of years ago, and they've never really forgotten or forgiven.
Did they have territory stolen or anything from them? Like, is there like a centaur homeland that
They sort of used to roam free, like the
Yep.
buffalo, and have been sort of relegated away from civilization. You know, they don't particularly want to be in there. They are tolerated in towns, but they are kept under constant watch while they're there. They never worship the five.
Okay.
They don't. They roam huge expanses of land. They consider that their domain. They don't build settlements. They're very nomadic. And there's even the answer to your question before. They can be herbivores. They prefer meat and enjoy hunting.
Is it possible to get the world map pinned into the Legion?
Yes, I can.
Thanks.
I'll grab that at some point.
Is there any sort of like greeting ritual that we would know of?
No greeting rituals as such.
Okay.
With the Centaurs being such a proud race, do you think we may be able to play off them getting given commands by men? Do potentially
Possibly.
we could offer them like sovereignty in exchange for leaving the city alone? Like, stay away from the city and we'll make sure the king lets an area become like your own that won't be touched. Like,
I mean, they might argue that anything that isn't the city is theirs already.
Mm.
but still, they're answering to the hoplites. They're being controlled by men. They may claim that that land is their own, but if they're still answering to the members of society, are they really their own people? What will Sidon ask of them next? He's asking them to risk their lives to ransack the city. What if we can offer them not only no casualties, but also a place that the Centaurs can call their own for the next 500 years, if they help? Because I think that probably would have more weight than 50 sick oxen.
Is the
It
central
would,
like
but can we make that kind of oath, or is that only going to be the king
Well,
who's
only the
wallowing
king.
in wine?
Yes, but it's to save the king's last daughter. That is something. Don't forget, the king is one of the five. Like, he would have the power to make that decision. I'm not saying that we put it on the table, but we should go speak with the centaurs and find out their motivations. To see if something like this could be, if it could be arranged, would they be willing to stop their attack on the city? With that, we can go and mention it to the king, because he said anything. For him to give up a portion of the lands to save his last daughter, I think is something he would consider.
the centaurs always followed Sidon? Like before, like the last 500 years and stuff?
Pretty much. They tend to worship the mother goddess, so Sidon herself, but will sometimes offer prayers to one of the titans, so Sidon or Lutheria.
Okay.
Does one of the 5 have the ability to almost counteract Sidon's drought? Like, is there a fertility or a...
Not to... No.
Okay.
So do you want to be taken to meet the centaurs?
Yeah, I guess so.
With your
I
Yeah.
feel we should leave the 2 sick oxen behind, though.
No, I don't think we should.
Is it
Even if
important
it's not a
we
great
should bring
gift,
them?
if we come empty-handed, they will just turn us away.
Do you think they would?
Yeah.
I feel that they're probably going to be more insulted that we think 2 sick oxen would buy their favour. Even just for a conversation. If they're that proud and they look down at them as nothing but food, would you invite someone into your home if they brought 2 sick chickens around? Like, that's the sort
At
of
least
gift we're
they
talking about.
made the effort. If they brought nothing, then what the hell?
But we're not bringing nothing, we're bringing the ear of the king.
I think bringing a gift or some kind of food is important in the laws
I
of
agree, but I
Australia.
don't think two sick oxen should be the gift we bring.
Well,
Shall
I
we
don't
head
have
to the
anything
market?
else.
Well, we're in a city that has a market district. Do we go see if we can find something that may potentially be a better gift to the centaurs? Don't forget these centaurs are also threatening to ransack the city.
Yeah, it could be like a merchant, who knows?
Maybe we can find some like cat grass or something, but like centaur specific.
You're like a butcher.
Oh,
There's a butcher, baker,
that's a bit
candlestick
too far.
maker,
Hey.
all sorts of things.
I'm just thinking if they like meat, then there's meat. I don't know.
The market?
Yep.
So I'm gonna head to the... Where's the word? The Agora. Yep. So you make your way there. There's a busy, bustling marketplace. As soon as you walk in, merchants are trying to get you to come over to their stall.
Grandsire.
Hey, come, you buy. Yes, you buy. You have the best products in all of Estonia.
I'm right on the edge there.
That's how you get demonetized.
If Ubisoft didn't take my money, I'll be right. But there is a wide range of things here. Pretty much anything in the... Or most things in the PHB. Standard things. Basic tools, weapons, and armor. As well
Some
as...
fancy horseshoes.
No fancy horseshoes, no. Not from the marketplace, at least. So, is there anything you guys are looking for here?
What in the way of
Gift
like
for
food?
centaur.
Food. So the food is not looking the best quality. There is, a variety of things: apples, pomegranates, quite a variety of fruit, and there's a decent amount of baked goods, but meat is a little bit lacking.
What about a nice fruit basket?
Are we talking like a basket or like a cornucopia sort of deal?
Either.
Like, are we seeing if one of these merchants will trade all of their goods for a few oxen? Is that the sort of volume we're talking?
I don't know.
Or are we talking like 2 apples and an orange?
Probably a little bit more than that. How many centaur are down there?
There's well, last I checked, there are at least 2 dozen,
Okay.
and not just centaurs.
What else is there?
They've got a few big friends in tow. They've got a couple of cyclopses.
Okay.
We need to shop monocles.
So I believe the plural is cyclopes.
What are they into?
No idea.
Not 3D movies.
It's a weird lens that one half is red, one half is blue.
No, they do not attend the observatory often.
How many strong is the city guard?
That's a good question. It's hard for you to discern from here while I scroll through. The North Gate is manned by 12 soldiers.
Yep.
The South Gate has 2 soldiers. About 50.
Cool.
All up. And they all seem a little depressed and dejected at this point.
That's okay. Well, shall we organise your fruit basket for the centaurs and go and meet before the day is done?
Yeah.
Probably best.
So, how much? Around how much do you want to spend? Like, how much fruit are you after?
How much does fruit cost?
It's not the cheapest thing. Look, for a large basket of it, you're probably looking around somewhere around 10 gold.
And is it quality fruit? Like, if we pick out the best bits?
If you want to go
that
for
wouldn't be even bruised.
if you want to go for the best stuff, it'll probably run you a bit closer to 20 gold.
How much is everyone willing to put in?
Don't forget that we may be able to ask the vendor if he's willing to donate to the King's cause. Like, maybe willing to give us a discount. Because don't forget, we are working on the King's behalf.
It's a good idea.
Can we go up to one of the fruit vendors and request a basket of their finest fruit, which will be taken on behalf of the king as an offering, as a gesture to the centaurs, letting them know that we will let the king know of their generosity, and we would be willing to compensate. We're not expecting them to pay full price.
Yeah.
If they were willing to assist in us making this offering to the centaurs.
Oh, look, I mean, I'm a bit nervous around what's going on. So, to get them to leave off, I might be willing to forgo a little bit of the profit. Especially if it's what the king is asking for. Do I know you? Seems to be looking closely at Demetrius. I think I reckon. I do for you full price. You thief.
Yeah, that seems about right. I don't know. What do you want me to do, guys?
Not steal.
Make him earn
What?
a living.
They're a different fruit vendor.
Sorry, we no longer want your fine wares because you want to make us pay for them because we stole something.
Classic
How rude!
D&D
We will
players.
take our business elsewhere. I guess we're paying full price then.
And the price of the bit he took earlier.
How much was that?
It was some rare fruit. It's 27 silver.
21 gold.
Yeah.
Okey-doke. That's
I haven't even eaten it. You can have it back.
put it in the basket.
No, it's the principle of the thing.
So 4 gold each and 5 for yourself, Dimitri.
No.
They'll hand her 4 over.
Everyone else handing over 4 or 5 gold.
Yeah, I'll hand over 4.
Demetrius?
After some awkward staring. Yes.
And then I'll hand over 6 gold pieces, so it's more than what they were asking. And then I'll apologise for my companion's behaviour.
He hands you quite a decent looking fruit basket. Done up with a little bow and everything. Take it and get out.
Okay.
Billy grabs the basket of fruit and sort of Red Riding Hood-esque starts sort of like,
Skipping.
not skipping, but like there's a spring in his step.
Alright. As you're making your way down to... down
We're
through...
bringing the oxen?
Are you bringing the oxen?
No.
No?
No.
One of the
Okay.
guards will take the oxen back.
Yep. We just walked him around the market. Actually, no, you know what? Take him back.
Get out for his walk. Okay.
Trying on a pair of shoes. Do a couple of laps around the shop. Oh, no, not these ones. Can I try those ones?
Even sickly oxen are not small. Like,
They are big.
Instead, we're giving them half an oxen worth of a fruit basket.
So
They'll
you
love it.
you make your way down through the city and start crossing the Archelon River, and jutting out of the shallows of the river, you can see the Rock of Estor. It's a bit less impressive than its name would suggest. Its flat surface forms a natural altarpiece where numerous sacrifices have evidently taken place. There's an iron pole stuck directly in the centre of the rock, and white stones are scattered around its base. Strong rapids rush past the rock noisily.
And I'm assuming this is 11, yeah?
Yeah, that's 11.
Yep.
So down in the river there. And that is where, presumably, the sacrifice would take place. And you can see, just on the other side of the river, as you are crossing there, stands a number of centaurs and 2 large cyclopes. And the guards sort of, they make their way just to the edge, so the Astoria side. They don't really want to cross, but they're like, you can see where you need to go, right?
Yep.
So, how do you approach?
Probably best if not myself or Billy leads this.
Okay. Dale's gonna grab the fruit.
Why? Why?
I get the feeling they don't like humans.
Oh,
Good old fantasy racism.
good point. I forgot that I was human.
You're not a turtle.
No turtle.
Well, technically not a human.
Shut up.
He's just all muscle.
I'm muscle. He's actually just a muscle. He's a bivalve that's the legs have gone out of control.
I'm part clam.
Right. As you approach the centaurs, one is clearly in charge. He is a massive, and he is strong looking. He is a powerful looking creature, and he eyes you up and down. What is this that you have brought to me, whoever you are?
Dale does like this deep bow. And she's gonna say, "We bring you a gift, and we would like to talk to you."
An offering. You know your place. And one of the other centaurs will clop over and take it. Have a look at it. Clop, 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 clop. They're centaurs. He's going to clop over. Clop, clop, clop,
You
clop,
could
clop.
have said
Nah.
could have said anything.
Nah,
But no, they
clop.
clop over.
They clop over.
Imagine like a little pony, like clip, clop, clip, clop, clip, clop.
Yeah, exactly. They're deceptively cute. And
It's the equivalent of my skip
Yeah,
before.
with the energy of like a restless pony, yeah.
and one of them sort of takes it and hands it to one of the Cyclopses, who just upends it into his mouth and just and just disappears. The whole basket, like the actual basket itself.
Oh my god.
What is the puny king sent you to discuss?
We wish to discuss the threats being placed onto the city.
A threat is something you do not follow through on. This is a promise.
So, are you making the promise on behalf of the centaurs, or based on the actions the men have given you?
We make this promise on behalf of ourselves. We will come and take what is ours if you do not obey our commands of our God.
But was it your god who issued these commands to you, or the word of his hoplites?
It was our God.
Did he speak directly to you?
Yes. Do you not speak directly to your gods? Why, does one not reside directly in that city?
Fair point. Was Astoria yours?
All of this land is ours.
What would you do with it if you had it again?
First, we would raise what you've built onto the ground and start afresh.
And I gesture around how dry the landscape is, and I go, so even with the favour of your god, this is what he offers you for your services?
Our God is punishing you mortals who reside here. He is not punishing us. Once we
But you
wipe,
also reside here.
once
Are you
we
not-
wipe you from the land, he will be pleased, and we will be happy.
I don't think he'll be pleased until everything's wiped clean. That it would probably include you.
He will be pleased. If the king's daughter is killed, he will be pleased. If none of you make a sacrifice and we come in and we kill you all. There is no situation here where he is not pleased at the end of the day.
What do you guys live off now, if the land is so barren?
Well, most recently, a large basket of fruit.
It seems your Cyclops only got that.
There is plenty out there for us. We do not want or need.
I don't
Is he
see
telling
much.
the truth?
Make an insight check.
You should stop asking about inside checks. They're terrible. 5.
He's pretty confident.
What's your favorite food?
Meat.
That's pretty broad.
Do you like oxen?
Dirty animals, but they will suffice.
You go on oxen right now?
Go on oxen.
Cheeky oxen.
It's a bit of a risky question asking a centaur as well. I'm sure one of our cyclopses will be hungry soon. Fruit does not fill him for long.
What could we offer you to stop the attack?
A sacrifice to the king's daughter.
There's nothing else. That's what your god wants. What do you want?
I'll say, it's sacrificing the king's daughter, that's great for him. You gain nothing out of that, other than his satisfaction. Doesn't mean he's going to save your land.
Our land does not need saving.
Can I proceed to pick up, like, the really dry grass and say, then what the fuck is this?
The will of Sidon.
So you're fine with the drought then?
The drought will not last much longer.
How do you know?
Because you will let her be sacrificed. And Sidon will be pleased.
So what happens when we don't sacrifice her and you can't take the city?
We will take the city. You think you puny men, and he gestures towards the guards still on the other side of the river, and what you call warriors will be able to defend it against tribes of centaurs.
Can I, like, lean over to Dale and just say, I don't think we're getting anywhere here.
Yeah.
How many tribes?
Enough. Enough to wipe this place clean off the maps.
If you already have this capability, why have you not done it before?
I'll say,
Why
would
do you
that-
have to wait for a message from your god before you acted?
We've not felt the need to.
And then why do you feel the need to now?
We've been commanded by our God, who is powerful. More powerful than those who dwell within the city.
Sounds a bit like manipulation.
Sounds like they're fucking whipped.
You notice a bit of the clopping of hooves at that, and the swishing of tails.
Refer back to the clopping video.
I would watch your language there. Whatever you are.
Yeah, well, this whatever I am doesn't give a shit about your politics. And all I see is you in a losing fucking side. No one's gonna win other than him.
How are we losing? If he wins, we win.
Until he wants to wipe the slate clean of everything. Your land, your people, the whole slate clean.
Why do you trust him?
He is our God. He has not led us astray. He has not slain thousands of us. Like you mortals and your dragons and your gods. And he spits at that one. You're 5.
I wasn't around when that happened, mate.
So I think we've learnt our answer that trying to persuade them is not going to do anything.
No.
I think their brains are a little too small to realize the big picture.
Should we try a different solution then?
He sort of speaks up to those around him. My ears deceive me, or those fighting words.
Sorry, merely just a discussion among friends. You were not invited.
Ixnay on the insult side.
That's just say, okay, thank you for your time. We are leaving now. Yep.
We'll be here if you wish to change your mind.
As we walk away, I'm just gonna say, oh, we won't. And keep on fucking walking away.
Alright, so as you head back across the river towards the city, probably a good little time for a break. Well, you guys come up with your next plan.
We only had a plan A.
There was no B or C.
Alright, we'll be back in 10 minutes. Hydrate, bathroom, snack, whatever you need to do. Come back then and we'll see if you guys can come up with something.
Something.
Oh, great, I've crash stream. Nope, we haven't crash stream labs. There we go.
I todos esteros I båda orike tonali kliston podon to sono nara kolothi aristitoni toron I de hira ros vitus tolmondas efcardios proskopin tons von potmon sosise, Isatrapos nonimus, Anapalinis to parestion salpos. Metem le lobo, pro lumen pros mashometha, Hipomelan waranu, Methi efnu shonomatom, Athi anapneumen. Esmentes iris mi metaxi tonderon, Dendron oclisones meies inonde, Zomen el pisondes. Pagalenise, Iulotites pem fixilionis quandus, Elove mirona sosise, Isatrapos nonimus, Anapalinis to parestion salpos.
Hey,
Hey, hey,
would
hey.
they?
Nope, we're winging it.
We're trying to think of something.
Unmuting the microphone might help me. There we go. Right, so as you retreat from your first discussion with the centaurs, what would you guys like to do?
Can we go speak to Pythor again?
You can try. He might not be in a great state to can have discussions. And you can certainly go back and see what he's like.
Okay.
If that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Right. So you make your way back up through the city to the palace. And he is still conscious. Not doing great, however. What do you lot want?
So we tried to speak to the centaurs. They're not helpful. So we had a question. Can we get reinforcements if the centaurs were to attack?
I don't think there's anywhere to send for. And they'll attack in 2 days.
Aren't you the god of battle though? Can't you do something?
There's only so much I can do with this damn oath.
What can you do?
I can,
Help me to help you.
I can watch my city fall.
Can
That
you
is
not?
not
Can you not
helping.
defend against attackers?
I'm honestly not sure if I could or not.
Go read
Because-
the contract again.
Because if Sidon is able to get others to attack the city, and that does not break the oath, surely you defending against those attackers also would not break the oath. Because you were not raising your hand against Sidon. If you were raising your hand against Sidon, he is raising his hand against you.
There is a difference. He's not raising his actual hand.
Well, if you cannot raise your hand, is there a way you could empower us on your behalf?
There's not much I can do for you at this point.
As one of the five, do you not have something, anything, the weapons of the old dragon?
The weapons of the Dragonlords are in the tombs.
Could we not be granted access to these weapons to defend your city?
You would need to go and talk to the Daemon himself if you wanted them.
Where's he?
It's in the necropolis.
That's the Lich.
That's the Lich.
Matt Damon.
Yeah,
Matt Damon.
Yes. I believe you needed to go speak with Matt Damon.
Yeah, I do need to speak with Matt Damon.
Well, maybe we could try that.
It's a half day there and a half day back. It doesn't give you much time.
Still lives for a day and a bit.
And they want to by sundown tomorrow. That's when the full moon is.
Wait, no, you said we had 2 days.
Today and tomorrow.
What
I
time is
thought
it
you
now?
meant 2 full days, not a day and a half.
It would be about midday now.
Didn't we have to travel from the
Oracle?
Oracle's temple?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you rested there, left early morning to about half day to get here, to get 2, 3 afternoon here today.
Yeah, and he said we have 2 days. You can't say that with only a day and a half to go. Okay, so Lich is out of the question. Sidon's men in the city. Do you know how many they number?
Men in the city, a couple dozen.
Would they be fighting with the centaurs?
They would be. Well, they might just be standing back and watching them do the damage.
Do they have a particular place they rest at night?
Centaurs, or
No, the Order of Sidon.
they're in the palace.
In your palace?
Yes. One of the guest chambers.
Why do they live in? Why do they live in your palace?
They don't live here. They're only here temporarily.
What's temporarily? Like, how long's that been?
Well, they've been here for near 3 weeks now.
Can you tell me more about the sacrifice? How does it get performed?
They're going to chain her up to the rock, and
Who's
then
they?
whoever Gaius and his fucks, and they chain her to the rock, and then the monsters come get him.
As in sea monsters?
Yeah.
Or you mean
Some sort of monstrosities make their way down the river, and I'm not really certain what happens, but all that's left is pebbles.
So how did you find out that they wanted your daughter?
They came and told me. They came and said,
Was your daughter there when they told you?
yeah, she was there.
What did she say?
She said, oh no, don't let them take me, Daddy.
Oh no.
He's a very drunk man at this point.
I've seen that video.
Ah.
And then what?
And then she went and had a think, as she does. She loves to do that. And she said, no, it's okay. They can take me, but it's not. They can't. They can't.
What was her reasoning?
She said, I'm just one person. But she's not just one person. She's my daughter.
Your last daughter?
My last daughter.
What about your other children?
They're
I
out
thought you
there.
had many others.
I do. They're out there. Many are dead by now.
Do you care? Do you care about them?
I care about them, yes, but
What if you?
many of them I don't know.
What if you had other daughters?
Oh, I do.
Then why is she your last?
She is my last, as in my latest. The last one I've had.
Oh,
Ah.
she's your youngest.
Yes.
That makes more sense. You really need to, like, use some better descriptive words.
She's the daughter of my last wife. She's my last daughter, the last one we had. I know there are others out there. But this
What
one,
would you do if you found the others that were out there?
at this point, I don't know. I'm about to lose one. I can't think. Sidon would probably find out and want more.
Okay.
Ixnay on the daughter's name.
It's not how you pig Latin.
It's close enough. It's my Centaur Latin.
Minotaur Latin.
It's just my Latin.
Yeah, it doesn't really fit here. It's quiet again. Ah.
Wow, there's not a lot of options.
If there were more, I would have done something by now. That's why you were here. You were meant to be the chosen ones. The prophecy
How,
is foretold.
how long have you known about this?
About what?
About the sacrifice?
2-3 weeks?
You procrastinated on this one.
Sat here drinking it away.
You think
Can-
you think
is
I
there
did this
somebody-
out of pleasure, out of joy?
No.
it-
I think you avoided it.
Is there somebody within the city walls who can tell us of the beasts that come down the river?
Your best bet would be to speak with. He looks to think around for a bit. Aesop, priest of the Dragon
Aesop.
Shrine.
He's got a skincare brand.
Did he write stories?
Sometimes, yes. I don't know what he does in his free time. He's a wise man.
Where'd you say he was?
In the Dragon Shrine.
Dragon Shrine.
If we
In
were
Astoria?
to...
Yeah, just round the back, actually. It's
Okay.
number
If we
7
were-
on your map. It's number 7 on your
Number
map.
7.
Thank you.
It's number 7 on your map.
Thank you,
If
Python.
we were to
Google Pythons.
save your daughter, fend off the attackers, would you be able to survive the wrath of Sidon on the lands?
You think you lot could defeat tribes of centaurs?
We're in one of the best defended cities in all of Astoria?
This is Astoria.
All of Thalia.
Thalia, that's the one I was after.
They will
I've heard
overwhelm
stories
us. They
of
will overwhelm
Astoria
us.
being defended for generations.
They will overwhelm us. There are too many of them. They are too strong.
How did you defend it all this time then?
They've not attacked en masse like this.
That's not really defending.
Well, that's how we did it. We didn't need to.
Well, who attacked you then?
Attacked by never forces as numerous as this. There's been a few centaur engagements. There's been some cyclopses, but there's fewer and fewer of them.
Might go talk to this Aesop guy, yes.
He's a wise man. Anything else to ask of Python?
No.
So you want to go meet with Aesop in the Dragon Shrine?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So you make your way back to the Dragon Shrine, leaving Pythor to just drink his sorrows further away. So I've got to jump between two very far parts in the book. In the shrine itself sits at the end of a quiet street that runs into the wall of the gorge. It's a large stone building with a copper dome. The pediment above the door bears a marble engraving of the legendary dragon Balmetria. Inside the building, you get a strong smell of incense, and you can hear the muttering of prayers as the priests of the shrine carry out their daily rituals. Is he elfin?
What?
Yeah, he's elfin. A medium height elfin man, somewhat gentle looking features, sees you, looks up as you enter, and stands up and makes his way over and goes, "Oh, it's you. It's the prophecy. It's the prophesied ones. Greetings. I'm Aesop. I've heard you'd be coming."
Word sure travels fast in this place.
Well, yeah, you're here for the Horn of Balmetria, aren't you?
Yeah, that's
yes.
one of the things. Yes.
Well, unfortunately, I have some bad news there. It's been stolen.
By who?
Goatlings. The little fuckers.
Oatlings.
Goatlings.
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 They sound cute.
No. Far from it. They are foul, vulgar little creatures that delight in causing misery and pain.
Are we talking like satyrs?
They're corrupted cousins.
They more like centaurs, but the bottom half is goat.
I googled it, and that's none of those are what these are. See if I
Are
can
they
get-
then like reverse centaurs, where the top half is goat?
No, they're like. Let me see if I can get a picture.
What, Mr. Tumnus?
Oh, like a real janky, like cracked out Mr. Tumnus. That's probably the best way to describe a goatling. If Mr. Tumnus was on fucking crack. I'll show you a goatling token. That might help.
Okay.
I have a goatling token, I think. Where is it? How's the alphabet go? There you go. Put on the right one, right? Smack bang in the middle of the map. That's a goatling.
Where? Oh, that. Ugh.
Like cracked out Mr. Tumnus.
It's still backwards though.
That's what it is.
You okay?
There's your goatling. Oh dear. Oh dear, there's some appropriate gifs.
I was imagining how confused Darren would be.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna actually make my own D&D Discord server for all of my campaigns together. Yeah, unfortunately, it was pilfered by them. The little dickheads.
How do you know?
Well, we haven't quite been able to get rid of the stains.
Stains?
Yeah.
What stains?
Spilled wine. It just refuses to come out. It's unlike anything we've seen before.
Did they spill wine everywhere?
Everywhere.
They don't sound like very smart thieves then.
I think that's probably the last thing you'd say about a goatling, is that it was smart. There are numerous hundreds, thousands of other words you could use to describe a goatling before you would use smart.
Yet somehow they still managed to steal your horn.
I never said smart. I never said they weren't tricky or lucky or just obnoxious.
What would they want with it?
Who knows, honestly. Maybe they just wanted a new cup to drink from.
Any idea where they would be?
We haven't been able to track them.
And how long ago it went missing?
2 days ago.
Well, we're in quite a tight pickle at the moment. We have until sunset tomorrow to rescue the king's daughter and stop her being sacrificed.
Ah, yes, I heard about some of that.
Is there any way the horn would assist us in this endeavour?
I don't think so.
Or any other way you could offer help?
I don't think the horn itself would assist you in this particular matter. Part of being, part of what the horn can do is grant you clarity, but that is often, you have to drink out of it, and it can knock you about a bit.
Sure. We will try and seek clarity via other means, and because we do not have time to retrieve the horn before we complete this current mission.
Put a pin in that.
We did, however, want to speak to you about the monster that comes to collect the sacrifice.
Yes, the creatures.
Multiple.
Yes, normally 2.
What are they?
Some horrifying sea creature. They come down the river, and they when the sacrifices are there, I don't know how I can really describe it, except they turn them to statues, and then they eat them.
Let me just look at Mateo. Do you know anything about that?
Wasn't the king fighting a statue?
Oh my god, you're right.
It's the statues. We do not know where these creatures come from. All we know is that when there is a sacrifice placed on the stone, they inevitably emerge from the water and devour it, and they then retreat.
Has anything happened to others that may be unfortunate enough to witness?
No. If people are allowed, and the Sidon worshippers even encourage it.
Beric.
They only ever seem to feast on those which are placed on the rocks.
say if they had a sacrifice the day before, would they be willing to, have another sacrifice the day after?
Really on a diet.
Yeah.
I think at its worst, they had a sacrifice once a day for a week. They showed no signs of slowing down. In fact, they seemed even more voracious on the third and fourth day.
Have they ever turned up for a sacrifice, but that sacrifice has gotten loose?
No, the Order of Sidon chains them up pretty good, and if anything, if they ever do break loose, they don't get far from the rock.
Well, there isn't really a lot of options.
With your wisdom, ASOS, how would you recommend we handle this situation?
Myself, I think it's a very tough decision to make. I think the king is not willing to sacrifice his own daughter, anyone, let alone his own daughter. But the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
But what is to stop Sidon from requesting the same thing again tomorrow?
I think he will be satisfied with the pain he has unleashed on Pythor, his enemy. I suppose you could also try and discuss something with the Order of Sidon themselves, if there would be, a substitute or something similar.
What would you suggest for a substitute?
I'd have no idea what they'd accept. Clearly they want something specific, but I don't know what you could offer them. Has Pythor provided you with anything you could use to barter?
Yep, kind of, but they're not great.
They were part of the original sacrifice, weren't they?
No, those oxen weren't part of the original sacrifice. They're sort of
I thought
earmarked
these
for
were put
future
aside.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go speak with the Order.
Yep. Let's go do that.
Okay. All right. Make your way back to where the Order are staying. And guys, looks yes, you've returned. Have you come to bargain?
We travels fast around these parts.
Well, the last you left us, you were seeking out something. You were unhappy with the sacrifice of a princess, so it's only logical.
Would there be anything you'd be willing to substitute for the princess?
Do you have anything to offer?
We have quite a few
30
oxen.
oxen.
Oxen? No. I don't think so.
We know a lovely vendor who does good fruit baskets.
Some commoner? No. Certainly not a commoner.
What if we dressed up the oxen a bit with like flower crowns?
You wish to deceive.
Nice dress.
You wish to deceive Sidon. Ha!
No,
No.
no, just make them look pretty.
No. No.
About 35 oxen.
Any number of oxen. 35, 50, 100. Insufficient.
Could you suggest anything that would be sufficient?
We have a scribe.
Kara's like, good joke, good joke.
I'd be willing to sacrifice it.
Well,
Poor Kyra.
if you are
She's been less than helpful today.
offering exchanges, I think perhaps, yes, that would probably be sufficient. All of you,
I'm sorry, what?
all of you, and the princess will go free.
Nope. It's a solid no from me.
Been a rough week. I'll think about it.
About just 5.
What? Just 5 oxen?
Yeah.
No.
About 5 oxen that look like us.
No.
Are there any?
You're very stubborn.
It's not I who is stubborn. I'm simply the mouthpiece of my god.
And everybody's a
What?
mouthpiece these days.
What about a different method of sacrifice? Something more honourable, such as gladiatorial combat.
If you wish honor and gladiatorship, I suggest you go speak with those creatures across the river. They go on and on about their honor and their ritual combat.
We tried to speak with them. They weren't willing to budge on anything.
Well, what did you say to them? They're not the brightest.
We tried to just get what their motives were, I guess.
Well, they do love honor and ritualistic combat and gladiatorial battles, as you just suggested. Of course, I would still like the princess to be sacrificed.
What do you get out of it?
My god is happy.
Is there no other trial, no other feat we could do for your god that would exchange for sacrifice?
I don't think so, unless, once again, you were willing to give yourselves up.
Yeah.
You can let her be sacrificed, or you can let yourselves be sacrificed.
I spent too long on this character.
Session 3. We accept neither of these terms. We will find another way.
Well, if she is not sacrificed by the full moon, you know what will happen.
The centaurs will attack.
Yes, our friends across the river will be here.
I will be off.
Very well, you know where to find us if you
Yeah.
change your minds.
The gladiatorial one-on-one doesn't sound too bad.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Like their best cloppy boy against our best cat man.
Warrior boy.
You know?
Depending on how strict the rules around that are, potentially there's little bits that could maybe happen.
something.
Like what kind of rules?
Is there a proper like law around how this should go?
Well, if you, Kara speaks, if you wish to initiate a trial by combat with them, they get to set the rules. You get to, agree or disagree to it. It's not going to be a surprise. But having just overheard that, I would advise against trickery, probably the last thing you want is an angrier centaur.
Fair enough. We define trickery.
They will.
Surely, if we just send in our representative in their best form,
They will lay out very clear rules, and if you can find loopholes in them that you think both parties will agree in the light of seeing them as such, as in you don't say beforehand, aha, that means we can do this. Keep it a little bit to yourself, but I don't know. They'd have to be, along the lines, straight and narrow and all that.
let's go and discuss the terms of this with the centaurs. Perhaps if we can best them in combat, they may think twice about ransacking the city. However, I feel that it's probably going to be the Cyclops you've got to find. You got to fight, just... or whether or not they're... Oh, let's go chat with them.
Anything else you want to do on the way there? Going to go buy him another fruit basket?
A single apple.
Okay. It's like 2 copper. So you make your way back down to meet with the centaurs. You've returned, small ones.
Yes. We have another question.
Full of them. Ask away.
We're inquisitive.
We propose a trial by combat.
See his eyes sort of grow a bit wider. Can you make a persuasion check?
Oh, damn.
Oh, damn.
Ooh.
You wish to fight?
We wish to save the king's daughter.
Very well.
It's a fair fight.
We will set the rules. Of course, it will be a fair fight. We, of course, demand there will be an equal number of combatants on both sides. And all of you must participate in the battle. Points at all 5 of you. All of you. Your best, your prophecy against my best.
And the stakes of this?
I do by swear on my honor that if we lose the ritual combat to be held on the morrow, my army will leave the city in peace.
For how long?
Until we are provoked. This city will not fear retaliation from us unless they bring it upon themselves, for as long as I shall live.
And if we lose?
The daughter will be sacrificed. and Sidon will be pleased.
And
Will
we'll be
Sidon, will Sidon not be unpleased that you are making this? So, if you saying you will no longer ransack the city, that takes the threat away, and we no longer need to sacrifice the king's daughter. Will this not make Sidon mad?
Well, the way I see it, I will be killing 6 problems for him instead of just 1.
Is there a
6?
way we can get Sidon's agreement?
You have
Yeah,
our
no.
word that we will, if we lose, we will leave the city in peace, as I have sworn an oath before you.
Can we ask one more favor to be added into that oath?
What?
That you will not assist Sidon's hoplites in any more of their endeavors. That you do not swear to the 5, but you no longer swear fealty to Sidon.
Definitely not agreeing to that one.
Fair enough.
We will not.
Worth a try.
We will not
I think that's
enter.
a bit of a long shot.
We will not.
A little bit too hard,
We will
but
not enter
more
this
that you want
city
to
under
assist the-
hostility.
Okay.
You have our word on that.
And
If
you
we,
won't
Where is
assist
this
the
to take place?
Sidon's hoplites. that-
why not right here? Midday tomorrow.
An equal number of combatants.
An equal number of
A fight
combatants.
to the death?
Of course.
Or what?
Of course.
Well,
Ritual
your word
combat
was
is always to
sworn.
the death.
Your word was sworn on your life, so will you not be partaking?
Oh, I will be fighting.
Well then, what is your word if you were to be dead? You said you swear as long as you live, your men will not raise arms against this city. However, if we win, you will not be alive. So, will your men not act as they wish?
You are a cunning one. Very well. Who would you like me to swear on? Whose life?
Did they? Who can we get them to swear on? Perhaps you can swear against your honor
Very well.
that the Centaur tribes, as documented by Kyra here and now, that the Centaur tribes will leave the city of Astoria alone.
Now you understand I can only speak for those under my command at this moment. The ones in the general vicinity. If some were to come over from, say, 6 days march away, they would not be beholden to that, but that is beyond my control. I cannot swear for all creatures. I cannot swear for all creatures of my race. I can swear for all of those under my command.
And the ones under your command, are they the centaurs that answer to Sidon?
Once again, many centaurs around. We're getting into semantics here.
We are, but based on the little red tape you tried to slip in just before, I need
Fair
some
enough.
commitment that the city of Astoria will be safe from
On my
Centaur
honor,
attack for more
no
than 6
centaurs
days.
who are under my command or in my immediate vicinity tribe area will attack if we lose.
What about the Cyclops?
Oh, yes, them as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
we agree to these terms.
Okay, well then we will see you on the morrow when the sun is highest in the sky. Meet us here.
Done.
Okay.
Kyra furiously scribbling all this down. Attempt at outwitting, but they attempted to outwit our brave heroes. but they saw through the cunning ruse.
Really flexes.
Can't you just write? Do you have to announce everything?
Well, I find it easier if I say some of it out loud. You got to get the prose right.
It's the quick quotes quill.
Quick, quick, quill. Well, I guess you lot better get ready.
Yep.
They looked really big. Are you sure this is what you want to do?
I'm not sure, but here we go.
I feel that this is our best bet to fight off 5 centaurs rather than dozens.
Yep.
Not getting much traction anywhere else.
No.
Nope. Been a lot of nothing.
It was nice of the hoplites to give us the little nudge there.
Oh, you did bring it up. You did kind of bring it up.
Yeah, against him, not against the centaurs. It was a nice, gentle railroad.
So, what would you guys like to do?
Did Pythor have like a second in command?
Like a general, a chief guard. Not
Yeah.
specifically, no.
Is there somebody we can go talk to about getting equipment upgraded to get ready for gladiatorial combat?
Yeah, you haven't stumbled across the blacksmith yet.
You go see them.
Yeah, you definitely can. As it's very easy to spot. It is, I believe, number 9 on your map. It is known as Vulcan's Hall. Near the center of the town is a large building with fortified stone walls and a shingle roof. A sign hangs from the building's heavy bronze-banded doors. It reads Vulcan's Hall. Inside the hall, you are greeted by the warm glow of embers and blasts of hot air. The room is decorated with a variety of bronze armors, weapons, and farming tools. And a weathered-looking dwarf works at an anvil near the blistering forge at the back of the hall. He wipes the sweat from
Here
his
comes
brow
the Scottish
and greets you.
accent.
How dare you?
Hello.
Put him
How
on the
dare
spot.
you?
You could've thought of another one.
How dare you?
He was ready to go.
I was all
you
prepped.
ruined it.
He's a dwarf and everything.
Okay, go for it.
What can I
Hello.
do for you lot?
Well, you're not Scottish.
You get
I'm surprised.
you get my generic bad guy voice. There you go.
But he's a good guy.
There, so.
Foreshadowing.
It's the blacksmith.
What can I do for you lot?
In an attempt to save the king's daughter, we've committed to gladiatorial combat against the centaurs in his name.
Saving a grandchild. Not bad. You want to fight centaurs, you say?
5 centaurs.
5 centaurs, and there's 5
Yep.
of you.
Might be 3
That's
centaurs
20
and
legs.
2 cyclops.
I believe the proper
Sure.
pluralization is cyclopes.
Ah, thank you. I wasn't sure.
Well, you lot look fairly poorly equipped.
That's why we thought we would come see you. We've
Oh,
heard of your
wise
prowess
choice.
in
Wise choice.
I really
manning
look fully
the
equipped.
mithril forge. We've heard the wonders that you can work with iron and flames.
Ah, the mithril forge, the ancient forges themselves. Great weapons and artifacts forged there. And I spent many a day there, crafting, building, creating the most powerful weapons known to man or God. If you lot probably seek to be, or at least seek something from there. Alas, I do not have anything from there on my person or in my establishment. Everything was left behind or taken.
Where's this forge?
Deep within the mithril mines is the ancient forge. From where we
Okay.
could forge weapons fit for a god.
Do you have anything else that's, doesn't have to be forged in there, but anything else that would be a bit of an upgrade from what we already have?
Oh, let me take a look at what you've got there. What do you guys have?
Not much.
I currently have scale mail.
Let me get the book out. Scale mail. Okay.
I have a spare set of leather armor if anyone wants.
I've got leather on at the moment.
So for those of you in leather, for a price of 1 oxen each, he can give you studded leather for 1 extra AC.
We've got 50 oxen between us, don't we?
You got 50 oxen.
Yep.
To be used as you wish. Scale mail. The next upgrade's a real costly one from Scale mail.
Yeah.
48 oxen.
Like the next one is a breastplate, and that is just not the disadvantage on stealth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not even. Oof.
Yeah. It's a big
What's
jump.
the difference between short sword and dagger?
Short sword does more damage. Dagger can be thrown.
Short sword counts as finesse.
I
Yep.
believe so, yes.
It does.
Cool. If I can
Dagger
get
is D4,
a-
short sword's D6.
Yep.
cool, if I'm able to get an upgrade to my leather armor and a short sword,
Yep. 1 oxen.
Cool.
You track your oxens, so
yep. So I got 9 oxen left.
yeah, you can easily get that. Anyone else?
Not really anything better than I could get, I think.
I assume that is also in handing back my normal leather.
Yeah. So you give up what you have.
Would I be able to hold a heavy crossbow?
Oh, a heavy crossbow. It is heavy, which means... Okay, look at my properties. So you're not a small creature, so you can hold it, yeah. The heavy property only affects small creatures. So you could hold that.
Could I get one of those?
Yes, that will be 50 gold, i.e. another oxen.
Yep, you can have another ox for that.
Oh, my equipment just got wiped.
Oh,
Oh no, there it all is.
no.
I had to go off the tab and back on. Was there any rapier upgrades?
Nope.
Yes. Oh, sorry, my bad.
Anyone else
You
want?
have studded leather armor.
Yeah, he got studded leather.
Could I get one of those?
Yeah, you
Just
can.
for later?
Yeah, you can. For later.
For later. Not for this battle.
Yes, you can get one.
Another ox?
Another ox.
Was that ox shared between us all, or
Yep.
Right.
You know, you can determine now how they're shared. It's up
Wait,
to you.
isn't it 1 ox per person if we want the upgrade?
Well, it depends what you got. What you want.
Or is it 1 ox so far we've spent?
No, you spent 3 oxes so far.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
So if we've got equal number of oxen,
I'll get a studded leather, please.
Another ox.
did they have any caltrops?
Caltrops can be found probably elsewhere in the market, not at
Sure.
the Great God's
I
Forge.
just thought thing,
Yeah.
metal. Last week she's got some scrap. Bowlers.
Bowlers would be rather a common weapon in this environment. In the book, right?
What's that?
A bowler.
Couple of stones on a string. You swing them around and you throw them, and they tie things together, such as horses' legs.
Oh.
They would be probably quite a common weapon in this scenario.
Yeah.
Are they in the book? So they're in here. So not in here, but it would make sense. Let me find
Got
something.
bowler D&Ds here.
Yeah, might be elsewhere. But that is definitely something you would be able to get. I'd price it at about. I would use it as probably customize a net for it. But it'd be slightly more expensive than that. So 3 gold for a bowler, and you could get that from the marketplace.
Yeah, cool. So I've seen ones here cost a gold piece.
Yeah.
Thrown weapon.
Oh, there's D&D Wiki. D&D Wiki's a
Yeah.
lie. D&D Wiki is 100% homebrew.
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, it is.
I thought that it sounded.
No, it's all homebrew. Unfortunately, it's not great.
Okay.
Um,
Would it have the knocked prone though? Like, would it actually restrict movement?
I'm looking at this one I found here. I would say they would have the ability to do something to movement. Probably. Yeah. Set grappled on a creature.
Yeah, okay, cool. That gives them disadvantage and restricted movement.
Grappled.
It just means their speed is
Their
zero
speed is
when they
0.
break out of
Yeah.
it.
So they have to use an action to break free from it.
Can I get 3 of them?
Yep. So they're 3 gold each.
Yep.
Anything else you guys want?
I have no real use for arms and armor. Are there any weird trinket shops around the market?
Let me just load up something. There's not much. You might make an investigation check for it.
13.
13. Come on, run my code. There we go.
Oh, using your code
What?
thingy.
What? The magic
Yeah,
item shop
Python.
I've built?
Yeah. You nerd.
Shut up. With a 13. You could find in the marketplace a few healing potions, probably about 4. And some oil of slipperiness.
Ooh. As a bard, I think that would come in handy.
I mean, yep, it's just D&D lube.
What?
What?
No, I meant to make my muscles shiny.
Yes,
Oh.
exactly.
What else would I be talking about?
Exactly.
I don't know.
Oh, I
A
thought you were
shiny
gonna.
muscle.
I thought you were gonna trip your enemies with it.
No, it's so
Like
that they
some
can't
like
grapple
banana
me.
skins.
Yeah, where's the fruit lady?
Can I buy some bananas?
Bananas do not exist in this world.
Oh.
Oh.
Where do bananas grow?
It's canon now.
Tropical? What about mangoes?
No, also no.
I'll see if I can barter for a healing potion.
Yeah, that'll be 1 ox.
One ox. Heck.
Well, then in my travels around the market, I'll get all 4 of the healing potions for 4 ox.
Okay, yeah.
4 oxen.
You get 4 healing potions for 4 oxen.
Wow.
Alright. Who wants these?
Me, please?
Sure.
Well, 1 person has left us.
Looks like we've got them divvied out then. Did we
So
start
dear.
with 1 potion of healing?
You were given some by.
Give them 1 each.
Yeah,
weren't we?
you were given 1 each earlier. Some of you used it, some of you did not.
I think I used mine.
I've already drunk mine as well.
Because
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I used mine with the.
I think they got drunk real
And-
quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought I also actually removed it, but it still says I have 1, which is why I'm confused if I had more than 1.
Ah,
You should only have 1.
no,
I
I
think.
didn't drink mine. It's still here.
Okay, so I won't add 1, but I'll have 1
Yeah.
potion of healing.
Oh, sorry, we had more. We had one
got
for each
given
of us plus an
5.
extra.
Mm.
Yeah, and then you drank 1 straight away because you were low in
Yeah.
health.
Yeah.
I used mine on Mackenzie with my mage hand.
Oh, that's why I
Yeah.
stopped one.
Yeah. But yeah, you can grab 4. So split those however you want.
Yeah, I've grabbed 1.
Also, I got crossbow bolts with the crossbow BTW.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Obviously.
Obviously.
Can
yeah.
I get?
Would the
Can I
golden
get
arrows fit?
The golden arrows would not be really appropriate for firing normally. They would fit in a bow and arrow, not in a crossbow. So they're arrows, not bolts. But yes, you can get bolts. It's like a gold for...
Gold's very soft.
Yeah.
It's just like fold in on itself when it hits someone.
More a ceremonial thing, just an ornament.
Cool. I didn't know if
Yeah.
they were or not. It seemed quite important. Considering we got 1 of those each, but now the king's just given us 5,000 gold worth of oxen.
Yeah. Anything else you guys can think of you want?
I mean, you could grab the oil.
Yeah.
The oil will be
Oil of slipperiness.
100 gold of that, but they will only accept 1 ox. So you got to cough up some cash for it as well. They're basically going, we've got nowhere to put 2 oxen. We can have 1, but this is a very small market stall. We do not have place for a 2nd oxen. I'm going to be lucky to offload this one.
Around the whole market. There's just
Mrrr. Mrrr. There's one place that has like 5. It's like, mrrr.
I love it.
Yeah, they're just like,
How
no,
much gold?
they want 50 gold and an oxen because they just can't accept more than 1 ox.
I could
What
trade
about
them
small-
my leather armor as well.
Yeah, you could sell that. It's slightly damaged, so it would not fetch full price.
Oh, why is it damaged?
I think you've died in it a few times.
Ox.
We are but simple potion sellers. We do not require armor or oxen.
These are very good for trade. See? He agrees.
We one oxen and some money. We'll be lucky we'll be able to sell the oxen on again.
Yeah, I don't have enough money for that. How about you guys?
Um,
I'm not sure how this
how
one
much
is
do you
money.
need?
You need 50.
50. I have 36. I don't want to spend all of it.
I only have 9 gold.
Yeah, I'm not sure how
We're
this
not
campaign
getting
is with
our
money.
D&D lube.
Sorry, what?
My muscle grease.
Thank you. Do the muscle.
Grease up my muscle.
I thought you were one big muscle.
I am.
I don't understand. We invested so heavily in the oxen market.
And the market
Almost
is
like the demand outstrips.
the market is
supply
flooded.
outstrips the
Is
demand.
there
The market is
Is
flooded
there,
at the
um,
moment.
Literally
Literally flooded
Is
with.
there,
There's ox shit everywhere.
is there anyone that would buy oxen?
No one will just give you gold for oxen.
Not here anyway.
Come on.
Is there a magical merchant anywhere?
No.
Where's Captain Zendros, Sam?
Captain Zendros is in Saltmarsh, far across the ocean.
We go there. We do that, DM.
To the coast.
Let's get a salt marsh.
Good luck. Good luck with that.
Come back 6 months later.
Ah, more than that.
The daughter's sacrificed. The
Oh, mate, the Titans win if you do
centaurs
that.
have-
Titans win. It's over if you leave the continent.
Yeah, but there's some good items. We've got ox.
We've got so many. How do you plan on keeping the oxen alive? On what voyage? On what boat? What money do you have?
If we buy enough
need
rope,
to
we
learn-
can,
we
we
all
can
need to
lash them
learn
all together
Goodberry.
into a raft.
No.
It's
I
like,
think like some Noah's Ark shit.
No, just 2 of each oxen. Is there anything else before we call it and prepare for combat?
through stuff.
Not that I can think of.
If you come up with anything throughout the week, send me a message, and we can also do a quick shopping spree next week before you go fight.
An antimatter rifle?
No.
It's in there.
They're all sold out. They're all sold out of those at the
Oh,
moment.
damn.
They traded them for 50. They traded one for 50 oxen.
6d8 damage?
It's a fucking gun. It's a literal antimatter rifle. Of course, it does 6d8 damage.
An arm blade javelin? Where do you hide that up your sleeve?
That's literally your arm. It comes out your arm. It's
Oh,
like
actually.
a cyberpunk thing, you know. Boom, stab.
Yeah, but a javelin.
Yeah. Pew.
One thing. I don't know if I'd be able to get it in one place, or I'd have to piece together my own little kit of thieves' tools.
Yeah, you could gather yourselves the requirement for tools. So you could get thieves' tools for, as I go have a look,
Got 25 gold.
25
in the
gold. Yes, 25 gold.
Would they take half an oxen?
Just cut it in half.
I start butchering an oxen. And like, okay, you have a leg. 'Cause I only need that bit.
And you just get like the ox tail because it's a little ball bearing.
I will get all the various things from different stalls.
Okay.
But I think that's it. I think I'm done. Mostly because I have no money left.
Is there a tailor in the city?
Yes, there is.
Can I go have a chat with them?
Yeah, which colour toga do you want? White or off-white?
Medium fancy.
They really only sell togas.
What are you after?
I'm looking for a dress.
A dress? Yeah, you can get
Yeah,
dresses.
a lovely dress.
You can get dresses.
So Billy's walking through the racks, picking up clothes
Yeah,
that really don't look
check
like
out
a
our
thing.
check
But
out our
actually
toga
holding-
line of dresses.
They're all white
Like-
and over the shoulder.
Holding all these like clothes that definitely aren't for Billy up against himself and actually like measuring is how they'd fit and how they'd look.
Yep.
There's like giant muscly and he's like picking up little frilly dresses. And,
Yep.
I'm just sort of looking for a.
Can I help you, sir?
I'm just looking to buy.
Yeah. Can I assist you? Our men's range is over here. He points to
Oh, no,
a
this
fashionable
one's
range of
beautiful.
togas.
Yeah, okay, I'll go have a look for a toga.
Yep. You
I'm
can find.
taking the dress with me though.
You can find a
Um,
toga. Surprisingly enough, yes.
So I'll buy a toga that would fit Billy.
Yep.
And then I'll buy the dress.
You buy a dress too.
Buy a. Do you have any? What's the climate like? Is it hot?
Mediterranean, so
Okay,
hot
so
and
we wouldn't
dry.
have traveling cloaks.
No, not here at least.
Cool. A reversible sun hat.
What are you planning? Just what are you hiding,
I'm
Roshan?
just shopping.
The dresses you're getting oxen sized.
No.
That's not gonna work.
Well, it was worth a try.
Like, if they sell any white wigs.
Is there any makeup? Lipstick, blush, eyeshadow.
If you got a disguise
Just
kit,
asking for a
probably.
friend.
Yeah, disguise kits exist.
I've got the
Oh,
soap.
what about this thing? I've not heard of it
We've got a
before.
disguise kit.
A grenade launcher.
No, fresh out of those, I'm afraid, sir.
No grenade.
They're a bit runnier. It's a bit runnier than you'd like it. It's very runny. Oh, the cat's got it. Alright, so I guess you guys are done shopping.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think so, but I do actually want a variety wardrobe.
Yep, so each outfit you buy is 5 silver.
Can I buy an oxen one?
No.
Oh.
The tailor has no
Buy
use for
4
oxen.
outfits.
The tailor has no use for oxen.
Good leather. So I'll buy 4 outfits, so 2 gold.
Yep.
Cool. Not much of it looks like it'd fit Billy.
No.
What outfits did you get?
I've got a nice dress, a Billy-sized toga, just sort of some like traveling clothes that fit someone smaller than Billy, and then a little pair of clothes that looks like it'd probably fit a child.
Okay.
Very interesting wardrobe.
Interesting choices.
Oh, I just
I
had a
didn't
really
say
good
who the
idea.
first time it came up, but this fucking MIDI trumpet.
Telling me the random
You
music.
have more notes. Fucking use them.
Da 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 da. All right, I think that is that it. Everyone done?
Yeah.
Shall we all go to bed? Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Next week you fight the centaurs.
Oh god.
Spoilers.
Sorry. Next week you may initiate in ritual combat with them that you have already established will happen.
Spoilers.
It's the opposite of a spoiler. It's a summary.
Like to ritually cast combat.
Hacha. You just get the
It takes a week.
you just get the puppets. Hacha Punch and Judy puppets get up and yeah. Get out here with your spoilers. Get out of Thalia channel. Thalia Sticky's channel all he is. Alright, cool. We'll catch you all next week. I'm just looking at the calendar in that we've only got 2 more before a break comes in.
Yeah, we
What do you
do.
Oh, we got to move house. Yeah.
Spoilers?
No.
Sorry.
That is the public holiday.
Oh, yeah. So there'll
Yeah.
be 2. So 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. Then we'll see what happens. We might not have internet for like 7,000 days because house things.
God, I hope not.
We
I
should-
need to do my exams, please.
All right. Well, we'll catch stream.
Get a new house, still live with your parents.
We'll catch stream later on.
Yeah.
Bye bye. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.